there are a few groups of people who are getting more seriously ill than others as we're moving through this Omicron wave. Primarily, it is people who don't have the protection that vaccine offers, even at younger ages, very clearly have an increased risk. But the second group of people that we're also seeing are people that are over age 70. We know that age remains the single most important risk factor for having severe illness with COVID-19, and Omicron is no different. So regardless of vaccine status, even with 2 doses on board, we know that people over age 70 have increased risk. Partly this is because of our immune system not being as responsive as we get older. And many older people also have other underlying conditions that put them at risk. And the other group that we are seeing who are also still at risk now are people who have underlying immune compromising conditions. So we need to really pay attention. I think there's a narrative around right now that Omicron is mild. And many of us have experiences. We know people who've become sick with it, they've recovered. We've known people as well who have had more serious illness. And so we need to be very careful to dismiss this right now. It may be most people are not becoming seriously ill and ending up in hospital, but with the high rates of transmission, there are still lots of people who do get seriously ill. And even those people who aren't in hospital, this is not an innocuous illness. The data has shown that up until now, and even with Omicron, about 1 in 10 people will have symptoms that last for 12 weeks or longer. That's a long time to be seriously ill. And while this new wave, our individual risk may have decreased for many, particularly if you're younger, healthy, and vaccinated, Omicron can and is still causing serious illness in many. We may not end up in hospital, but it can lead to many people being infected. It leads to a strain on our hospitals at the same time as we're also seeing healthcare workers becoming ill with this strain. It's still a serious issue, and we are still in a pandemic as much as we would like to be over it. The one thing I will say, and this is borne out again and again, vaccines are still the single most effective tool that we have that will get us through this wave, but also for future waves. So I encourage everybody who's eligible, whether you're 5 or 55 or 95, get your vaccines. The first dose and second dose are highly protective in the short term against infection, but in the long term from serious infection, from hospitalization. And that booster dose boosts up that prevention of infection. So it does make a difference now and in the future.